Good day. My name is Sharon Grimes. I'm with the St. Croix Seashell Society. We have the Seashell Museum located at the St. George Village Botanical Garden, and we invite you to visit both the Botanical Garden and the museum whenever you can. Today I'm going to talk to you about cephalopods. They're a class of mollusks, but include the octopus, cuttlefish, squid, and the chambered nautilus. So what is a cephalopod? It's in the phylum Mollusca. They've been around for about 500 million years. There's over 800 living species. They can live between 7 and 13,000 feet deep. Most only live 1 to 2 years with a maximum of 5, with the exception of the nautilus, which can live as long as 15 years. So what is a cephalopod? It has bilateral symmetry, which means that if you cut it in half lengthwise, each side would be a mirror image of the other. They have long tentacles around the mouth, a large head, a pair of large eyes, and a large beak. You can think octopus here. Many squirt a cloud of dark, inky liquid to confuse predators, but only the nautilus has an external shell. The word cephalopod means head, foot, referring to the way the cephalopod's head connects to its many arms. So the octopus is a solitary animal. They have 8 arms with suckers. There's no internal shell, so they can squeeze into tight places. They squirt a cloud of dark inky liquid to confuse predators. They are highly intelligent. You may have seen programs on TV about an octopus opening a jar with a lid, like a mason jar with a lid with food on it. They can figure out how to get into the jar to get the food. They can change colors and textures instantly to blend with their environment. We see them frequently while diving in St. Croix, usually under the pier in Frederiksted. They range between 1 and 3 feet long, though some can reach 18 feet. And even though they don't have a shell, the genus Orgonata secretes a thin calcareous egg case. This is also known as a paper nautilus. It's very thin, very fragile. It's empty. It doesn't have any sections in it like the chambered nautilus. The Argonaut octopus lays its eggs. It creates this egg case, and it lays its eggs inside the egg case and lives in the top portion until the eggs hatch and the animals can fend for themselves, being little octopus. Next, I want to talk about the cuttlefish. They also have 8 arms, but they have 2 other tentacles. The cuttlefish bone is the internal remnant of the shell, which has gas-filled chambers to control buoyancy. They undulate their fins to hover. You may have, if you have a pet bird, you may have a cuttlefish bone in the bird cage for the birds to peck on to increase the calcium in their bodies. Cuttlefish can change colors and textures instantly to blend with their environment. They range in size from 6 to 10 inches, though one species can reach 20 inches and 23 pounds. And cuttlefish live only in the Pacific, so you won't find those around here diving. Next, I want to talk about squid. They also have 8 arms and 2 other tentacles. They have a small internal shell made of chitin. This is their little internal shell. They distract predators by ejecting a cloud of ink. They can change colors instantly to blend with their environment. They resemble cuttlefish, but they're longer and thinner and can swim faster. I see them frequently at Cane Bay and diving out west. The giant squid is longer than a school bus, and it's the largest cephalopod. And the species that creates this ram's horn is known as Spirula spirula. It has a chambered internal shell. You can see that it's stopped up there. There's no openings in it, but this is internal. And you frequently find these on the beaches in St. Croix. So when you're picking up a ram's horn, you're really picking up the internal shell of a squid. Next, I wanted to talk about the chambered nautilus. They also have 8 arms and 2 other tentacles. They have an external shell. This is a very large, beautiful chambered nautilus. The animal lives only, you can see that it's closed off. The animal lives only in the last chamber of the shell. The chambers are linked by an internal tissue tube. I have a smaller nautilus here that's been cut in half. So you can see that each chamber is completely closed off. The tube that runs through the length of the shell allows gas and water to pass through the chambers to control buoyancy. So the nautilus can go up and down in the water column at night to feed. I have some videos that I want to show you, some pictures and videos of the different cephalopods. So the guy on the left is an octopus that I took a photo of at an aquarium in Atlanta, Georgia this past summer. And this on the right is an octopus in the corner, but he's wiggling his tentacles. You can see his head down, dangling at the bottom. He didn't go anywhere. He was just hanging out there, showing us all his pretty tentacles. Next, I have cuttlefish. I believe I took these photos in the aquarium in Boston. There's very beautiful in the dark light. You can see he's sort of iridescent looking, and you can tell that he is undulating his fins to hover in place. These next guys are squid. The long, slender squid is the basic regular squid, and the photo on the right is the spirula that makes the little ram's horn internal shell. And last, I have a chambered nautilus. I took this at an aquarium in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. He could go up and down in the water column. You can see his tentacles coming out of the shell, and he's just pretty cool. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit about cephalopods today, and I hope that you come to the museum. We do have a very large paper nautilus that was created by a larger species of Argonauta. So you want to come by the museum and see our large paper nautilus. Thank you.